Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Thomas, and guess what? This is what you don't know out the 540.
Hey, what's up, man?
This is what you don't know outside the 540.
This is what you may not know outside the 540.
Or this is what you haven't learned outside the 540.
This is what you may not have been inquired about outside of the 540 region.
Hey, dude, if you ever been outside the 540, because you probably wouldn't know anything. Hey, we're back, man. We're back, and this is the What You Don't Know Outside the 540 show segment. We're just doing a little bits there, but we got a lot of stuff that happened outside the 540. And I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people are talking about that we're going to talk about was the Golden Globes.
The Golden Globes, man. That was
Do
entertaining.
you usually watch the Golden Globes, or are you just kind of getting into it?
I'm just getting. I mean,
Because,
I've watched
like, Netflix is so heavy right now, and like everything, you know, watching TV shows and Amazon and
It's
all
like
that.
dead
So
stuff.
it's like it's so heavy. So like that's what the Golden Globes is about. This is all the TV shows and stuff like that.
Got
so,
you. Yes, I mean, I've never sat down and watched it from start to finish ever, but I have always been into it. I always like to go back and watch the highlights because they're just beyond funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So here you go. So I'll read what it actually is. Network NBC. The Golden Globe is an American accolade bestowed by the 93 members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, better known as the HFPA, recognizing excellence in film and television, both domestic and foreign.
Nice. And just like Meryl Streep, or is it Meryl Streep? Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. She said, you know, Hollywood is made up of all kinds of different people. She pointed out 8 different people in the.
Well, how many times did they were going to make a joke about how, you know how it says the Hollywood Foreign Press Association?
Mm-hmm.
They were like, how many times, or like, how weirded out are people that by going to an award show that has Hollywood Foreign and Press in it? Because foreign press, get
Foreign
it? Like,
press, yeah. That's I mean, it sounds. It's
so
not natural.
They were taking shots at like the government,
Right,
pretty much,
right,
and stuff
right.
like that. All show they were. I mean, Trump was getting.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was getting annihilated.
It is getting bashed up by everybody.
Dude, Atlanta did really well. The show that
Yes.
Childish Gambino. Most people know him as that, I think, but he goes as Danny Glover.
Danny, yeah.
He is Danny Glover outside of Childish. That's his real name, right?
I got you. Yeah. I always know him as Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
myself.
his real name, but like his name is Danny Glover because he does other things. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, he won a lot of shows for that show Atlanta, which is about rappers. And I think that I watched the first episode of that show and kind of never watched it again. It just happened to be on. I think that you and I know I really would like to
Really?
see that
That's
show.
funny because I've never really heard of it. And I
it was
probably
on FX, and
Okay.
it was not like.
Is it
really,
on Netflix yet?
I don't know, but I know you can watch it online.
Okay.
It's just about like that rapper lifestyle, living in Atlanta, trying to come up through Atlanta as like a rapper. It's kind of like the behind the scenes of it, like living, you know, from.
What a lot of people don't know about Atlanta, I don't know. I've never seen the show, so I don't know if it portrays this. But Atlanta artists are very supportive of each other.
Yeah, I know, but
like,
he won.
Super.
Like when he got up there, I guess Migos is from Atlanta,
Yep.
and he got up
He
there.
shouted them out.
Yeah, he said shout out to that. That's just another example of how they spur each other. He said shout out to Migos because Bad and Bougie is the best song ever made, or
He
something.
said
like that.
not because y'all in the show, but because that's the best song ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Did you watch that video I sent you earlier? With
It was
the guy
Jake Gyllenhaal.
dancing.
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
It's a pull it up on your phone if you get a chance later. But it's basically him just dancing around to that song.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I'll tell you
Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, I'll tell you one skit that kind of made me a little choked up was what was it, Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling, he won an award, and he gave thanks to his woman for supporting, you know, taking care of his 2 daughters.
Oh, he's done. A lot of people have done that bit though.
Right, well-
you do get choked up there and stuff.
Well,
like
I'm
that,
just saying, like, you know, and I guess his lady's brother was fighting cancer, and he
Yeah.
had recently passed. So at the end of his, he was like, you know, babe, thank you for holding everything down on your end, so I was able to focus on this, and that's the only reason why I'm standing right here. And then he dedicated it to the recently passed brother. I was like,
crying.
man, Ryan, dog, you got me, man, you got me. You know, he's still from remember the Titans, little scrawny boy.
I know you haven't seen that meme of him that is or what's it called, meme of him, and it's like girls might think he's dreamy, but he was a complete liability at defensive back and Remember the Titans.
I have never
And it's so
seen
funny. It was like, most girls will think he's dreamy, but I just think of him as a liability and remember the Titans.
Yo. And that's so true, too.
Yeah, because he had to even get taken himself out of the game and they had to put Petey in.
God.
If you want to win, put Petey in.
That's right. Man, I forgot about that. Wow. He was in that movie Drive, too. That was a really good movie.
I just mixed up Friday Night Lights and Remember the Titans.
With Petey?
It's if you want to win, put Booby in.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said if you want to win, put Petey in. That never happened.
I was like, I thought she was doing bits. I was going to
But
go with it.
we got a little sidetracked. But the Golden Globes was good. Atlanta won a lot. Night Manager, I didn't see it. I've heard good things about it before this, but that won a ton of awards.
I haven't even seen that, so it's something I should probably go see.
It was a good night for art. It's a good night for stuff like that. You know, it's cool to see. It seemed like a really good time. I was laughing when Brad Pitt came up. Everybody cheered for him really loudly. That tells me in the Brad Pitt Angelina thing that inside scoop, people that know them best know that Brad Pitt isn't what the media's making him out to be about. I could have
told you that
because
anyway.
we were talking about that time. We talked about that on the actual 540 show,
right.
Before when they were going to split up. So
super hip.
Yeah, so me and you definitely got to talk about that.
Yeah, that and like I said, I knew he wasn't as crazy as they
made it out to be.
But Meryl Streep, she kind of like she took shots at the NFL, but I didn't really consider it heavy shots fired. I do think
she definitely took shots.
She wasn't wrong though. She wasn't wrong. The facts, like what she was actually saying.
I know,
wasn't wrong.
but like she was wrong because she was saying all you will have left is the majority. Well, duh.
No, well, I don't think football is the majority.
What, dude, look,
I think she meant like that culture of people. Just chose the NFL.
They put up the stats of who watched the Golden Globes and who watched the NFL this weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they blew
the one game
the water.
Completely blew them out of the water.
That makes sense.
It goes to show you.
Yeah,
know,
I mean, but
that's all I needed to see.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure the whole. I agree with that. There's no fighting that. I guess personally, I think arts. You know, the arts are more important. But
what's MMA called?
Mixed martial arts.
What's the last word?
It's not. It's an art form of different type of.
Yeah, but it's still art.
Yeah. Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
they would look at somebody else's art form as being different. I didn't like it. I thought it was. I mean,
rapping's an art. You know, drawing is an art.
I'm so tired of the drawn out. All football players are stupid. All MMA fighters are all big buffoons. Like that's like Joe Rogan even said. I'm sure Meryl Streep's a nice person, but she's never had anybody explain to her MMA by somebody who truly appreciates it.
Yeah, like maybe that changed someone's life.
Everybody that's ever told her their opinion on the MMA has been somebody that's in her circle probably that's been like, oh, this guy's out there beating each other.
Well, now I'd like to think that she's knows at least. Well, yeah, I would like to think that she knows at least a football player, at least a. I'm sure she didn't mean to like personally attack those specific.
Meryl Streep probably never seen a football game in her life.
That's possible. She still played a great role in the Devil Wears Prada.
I'm saying she's probably a great person, bad actor, bad take. That's all I'm saying.
That's good. Well put.
That's all I was saying is bad take. Like, come on, don't take shots at
Yeah, you know what?
No football players coming out saying, oh, Hollywood stinks. Those guys are so weird and foreign. Like, come on now.
But and sometimes people like that don't even know how much heart it takes to play a sport, whether it be baseball, soccer. I mean, when you're down, we'll say baseball. When you're down 5-0 in the bottom of the ninth, you know what I mean. It takes a lot for that team to come together. Pull the strings you need pulled and get that W. And if you come out with that W, I feel like no actor or actress knows what it takes to pull that out.
Yeah, sports has always had a stigma about it, and it's kind of like everybody kind of generalizes it, just like everybody generalizes other things that people don't want to generalize. So it's always going to be like that. I didn't appreciate it. Some people tried to make it a point like, oh, she's right. I don't see it, but
I didn't think she was right. I had a hard time saying she was 100% wrong, but I understand.
Yeah, she's not wrong if that's what she believes. Like, I'm never going to say anybody's wrong, but at the same time, I don't think it's true. And even if all those people were left, I mean, so what? All we have is football and MMA. Like, that's the majority of people in America right now. Like, are you saying they're all shit? Like, that's kind of what I was getting at with her.
No, I think she was probably thinking more of like, oh, if it wasn't for like the Mozart and for all the original arts, what shaped, what we have.
When they were going through her accomplishment video and like all the movies she had done and everything, man, she's been in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, she has been. She has been in a lot of really good movies. She's played a lot of different roles. But switching gears just a little bit, man. Soulja Boy wants to fight Chris Brown.
This is so funny to me.
And look, and you know what? Now Soulja Boy is turning around trying to apologize.
Everybody's trying to fight now. Like, all rappers are calling each other out. Like, I just saw Kodak Black wants to box Lil Wayne. I mean, they're coming out of the woodworks.
But this started, you know what it started over, right? Soulja Boy liked an Instagram picture of a female.
He commented on it.
He commented.
With heart eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
On an Instagram picture
with
of
heart eyes.
Chris Brown's, like, ex-female. I don't know know if they were
Taruchi Chan or whatever. Yeah.
So that was the first thing. Chris got mad. Soulja Boy shots fired, and now Soulja Boy's been all on this whole, Fruits, Pyru. That's the whole I guess Los Angeles gang affiliations out there. So he's been yelling this all over his all over Instagram, blah blah, talking about, oh, Chris Brown hasn't been to the hood. Well, Soulja Boy went to the hood, brought his phone with him. He was like, oh yeah, blah blah, I'm with my gang members. He puts his hands around a guy, and the gang member pushes Soulja Boy off of him. So then he puts his phone down, starts to fight the dude. Then he gets his phone stolen. So Soulja Boy just made himself look stupid.
That was made up.
What you talking about?
That whole thing.
What the whole thing?
That was staged. That later to come find out. That's already been talked about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was staged. Like, he did that as a bit, like, trying to get people to believe he was really in the hood. Like, the dude, he put his arm around the dude was like, man, and then, like, really...
I mean, I'm not going to say you wrong. I haven't heard anybody say that was a staged bit. So, if you right, you right. But I
mean, that's a Soulja Boy bit. This whole thing's a giant bit.
Well, that I do know.
He's trying to get some publicity. He feels like he's out the game right now, so he's taking shots at one of the people that's most famous in the world right now.
T.I. got on the radio talking about, he said, I'm just sitting back watching the show like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a clown show. That's all it is.
I tell you, it's not.
He's in there lifting weights, like the 5-pound weights. Well, I mean, the worst workout I've ever seen in my entire life.
Hey, Troy Polamalu only used 20-pound dumbbells.
Well, first of all, since we're on the subject of weightlifting, I hope they fight, and I'd love to see it.
They are. Mayweather Promotions is promoting the fight. 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather came together, and
I heard they called it off.
No, Soulja Boy was trying to apologize because his mother was hospitalized, and I guess he got a perspective on life, and he realized he don't want to do all this extra stuff. So that was a part of his apology, but 50 Cent guaranteed.
Like a reality show, man.
Right. But 50 Cent, they already put the money down. Mayweather Promotions is promoting the fight, so the winner will probably come away with close to $1 million. Not that that's like much money to them, but
Yeah, I don't agree with any of the bits they're doing. I think it's stupid.
Why don't they make a diss track about each other?
But Chris Brown, I saw Mike Tyson. Did you see the song he came out with today?
Mm-mm.
It is so hilarious. You need to listen to it. He's on Chris Brown's side, and he's gonna train Chris Brown. And he made a song today about how he's gonna train Chris Brown to knock out Soulja Boy, and it's like with his lift and everything. It is one of the funniest songs I've ever heard. So if you're out there, look it up. It's kind of funny.
Who you got your money on, Soulja Boy or Chris Brown?
Chris Brown.
Really?
Yeah, I saw Soulja Boy with his shirt off lifting weights, and unless Chris Brown has zero athletic ability, which I know he can play basketball, all that good stuff.
Chris Brown's extremely athletic.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, when you look at just how Soulja Boy is lifting his weights, I can tell that he doesn't stand.
And not even to be weird, Chris Brown is stronger than Soulja Boy just because he's a dancer. Like, I don't know how much dancing you do. I don't do too much, but I know that
I Millie Rock every show.
Bet. No, but you have to have a very strong core. Like, this man goes from a straight split and picks his shirt up and lifts himself off the ground. Like, that's all leg muscle. Like, he's a very strong person just because of the art that he does. And I've done a little bit of dance and stuff, so I gave that up though.
Anyway,
it's too cool for that.
We have a special guest dance expert in the studio right now, Thomas Robinson.
Boom, 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 baby.
He was on
Dancing with the Best, the 540 show, peoples.
He was on Dancing with the Stars season 3. He was on what's that movie? Bring It Back, or what's the one? Stomp the Yard. He was on Stomp the Yard. Thomas, where did you get into dancing, and when did you really become a big dancer?
Man, I picked up. I think I saw Omarion video Icebox, and I was just like, I can do that.
Oh my god! All right, we're done with the bits. Hey, it's been a really good 17th episode. We had thanks to Debbie Ringel for coming on the show with us and talking about photography and all that. Make sure you get all the information to go find out where you can find her. Now, kick it over to my guy Thomas to give you all the usuals.
Hey, man, well, make sure that you are listening to us at facebook.com/the540show. Get at us on youtube.com/540show.
Don't forget about the gift card, people. We have a $50 gift card up.
Don't forget about the gift card. $50 gift card for the best selfie of you watching us on the 540 show on your computer, however it is. Get at us, man. Put that on Facebook and hashtag the 540 show. It's Thomas and Ryan, and we out of here.
Bye.